I mean, it was a tournament that I had missed out a few times just by very little recently. So I was kind of like hoping, or I mean, knowing that I was, or believing that I would one day play it, but just kind of like, okay, when is that going to happen? Luckily, it happened this year, and like you said, I mean, it was probably the tournament I grew up watching and made me want to dream of being a golf pro with all his wins in '94 and '99. And like, I mean, with all the myths and all the story that I've heard from friends and people who've been there, just being able to be there and experience it in myself, and then having had the opportunity to play good as well and experience a very complete Masters for me with some up and downs, some great shots, some rookie mistakes as well. It was a week I'll never forget. Ryder Cup is something I grew up watching also. I mean, it is probably the most exciting event I have seen on TV, or for sure a golf event that you can see on TV. And Spain has a very big tradition in Ryder Cup with lots of great Spanish players having performed, which I am not going to name because I'm sure I'm going to forget one, and I do not want to do that. But yeah, more recently, I mean, watching Chema and Olazabal and Sergio being part of the team has inspired a lot of us players in Spain. So hopefully, if I keep performing the way I am, I mean, it's still a long and hard way to get there. I mean, lots of tournaments to play against the best players and players that are as keen as myself to make the team. So it is still a lot of hard work. And the Olympics, I don't really know what to expect. I mean, it will be a huge honor to represent my country in the biggest sport event in the world, surrounded by the best athletes in the world. But it's not something that I grew up dreaming of, since golf was not an Olympic sport. But I am sure that if I make the team, it's also going to be a life-changing week. That is very important, putting yourself in a winning position many times. But I also think that's important that when you put yourself in the position, you don't expect, I mean, you're not waiting for it to happen. I mean, you want to be sure that you're doing the right things in order for the win to happen. Not just, I mean, one thing is being up there in contention many times, which I am obviously doing, but maybe there is something more that I need to do to finally get that third win, or maybe it's just a matter of staying a bit more patient. But I do think there is a difference between people who can put themselves in that position many times and only win a few, and other players that put themselves much less chances but end up winning more. So that is something that I am also working on.